Hello everybody and welcome back to Be Joy in the Kitchen. I am Be Joy and this is my kitchen. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's see what we have here. We've got the kind of unofficial end of summer weekend, except it's still just under 110 here in Phoenix. Our end of summer honestly doesn't come until Halloween, October 30th. But for many of you out there watching, this is the big bash. The kids are either back at school now or they're about to go back to school. And people, it's the weekend to have parties. So we've been invited to one over to our friends. And I thought, I could do a traditional coleslaw, but then because it's real simple, I saw this great recipe for a Kale Cabbage Salad. And I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. And it's absolutely very interesting. Although I didn't make my grandmother's coleslaw the other night. I have to say, can't go all summer without grandma's coleslaw or grandma's potato salad. So anyway, that's what we're going to do today. What I've got here for you, I think I'm going to move a little closer. Hi. All right, a little closer. This is a super simple, and it's almost like a one bowl. It all gets made in the same bowl. So we're going to start by making the dressing, and that is going to consist of 1/3 of a cup of tahina, or in English, tahini. It's the ground sesames. And when you're shopping for your tahini, look for, if you can, if it comes in glass, make sure there's not a lot of oil sitting on top. It's better if it's really all blended together. It'll be a higher grade tahina. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my dish here, my big bowl. So it's going to hold everything. Okay? There we are. And to that, we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of a freshly squeezed lemon juice. I just got this new silicone measuring cup that I just love. I had that little one before, but now this one holds more. All right, I'm going to put that in. Then we're going to add to that 2 teaspoons of honey. And this is honey from our cousin Jonathan and Jill's. They're from their Lucky Bee Ranch. Let's just call it Malibu. They have a ranch there. It is such a cool place. It's not completely ranch, but it's they have some what's called Airstreams that you can rent. It's called Lucky Bee. Check it out if you live in that area or you plan to go to that area. Yeah, Jill and her son, their son Ben, kind of run the joint. It's just getting started, but we stayed there when we were their rookies. Actually, we were their test cases 2 years ago. And it was super fun. All right, so we got those 2 teaspoons there. We're going to put in 2 teaspoons of salt. I know I'm not usually a big salt person, but it kind of needs it with the kale. So I'm going to make sure I get I'm going to be a little shy on the 2nd teaspoon. This is kosher salt, and kosher salt doesn't mean that the rabbis blessed it. Kosher salt is that thick. It's more of a coarse, hard to show you on there, but it's a coarser grade salt. That's what kosher salt means. Because initially it was made to kosher meat. So you put the salt all over the meat and drain all the blood out. But we're talking veggies here, so we're not going to get into that. And then I've got 1/8 of a teaspoon. I know it's just a little bit of smoked paprika, and not regular paprika. You need the one that's very smoky. Got a smoked paprika in there. And then I've got a clove of garlic that I chopped up. You can go ahead and mince that if you'd like. I'm a chopper. What can I tell you? I like the chopped garlic look. You can also use if you don't have any and you have garlic salt or garlic powder. In fact, you could just do the garlic salt with your salt if you wanted to. That's up to you. Entirely up to you. And I want to make sure I get every piece of that garlic in here. Because you don't want to be shy on garlic. There we are. Okay. And then what we're going to do is get rid of these dishes so they're not in our way. Put those over there. Alrighty. I'm coming back, I promise. I'm supposed to whisk this, but I have this. My friend Phyllis gave me this little contraption. I don't know what to call it, but she gave this to me several years back. And I just love it. It's super fun because it goes in here like this, and you just go like that. And and that whisks it up so that, you know, no fuss, no muss. I quite have taken to using it lately. I think when I first got it, I didn't use it very much. But now I go, wow, this is really cool. Sometimes I'll use it when I'm trying to make a smoothie bowl with my Juice Plus Complete powder. It works really well for that. So there we have that. Just take my, mix that around. Make sure I got it all. This is really good, you guys. I gotta tell you, can't wait for you to try it for yourself. Or come to the party tomorrow. If you happen to be in Phoenix. All right. Then what we're gonna do is, what I did here was I took a small head of cabbage, and let me move, see if I move it just a little hair closer to you. Yeah, there we go. I took a small head of cabbage, and I sliced it really thin. Now you can do that in your food processor, but I'm more inclined to just slice it myself. I'm gonna pour that in here. Nicely sliced, beautiful head of cabbage. Small. Don't get carried away and get a big head of cabbage there at the supermarket. When I was at Whole Foods this morning getting that, and they were giant heads of cabbage. And I said to the produce guy that was working in produce, he wasn't the manager, I said, well, can I get half of this? He goes, yeah, but you have to pay for the whole thing. I can cut it for you. I go, whoa, 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 whoa. This is a lesson in persistence. I said, really? Because many times before I was able to procure just a half a cabbage. And he said, oh, I'll go ask the boss. I go, go ask the boss. He comes back going, I'll be bringing that half of cabbage out to you, ma'am. When did people start calling me ma'am? You know? Anyway, the next thing we're going to add are approximately, so this is 4 cups here. And it was not that full, I mean, it was less than that full half. Next thing we're going to add is 10 cups of curly kale, not the lacinto, which is the dinosaur kale, but the one that's curly, the curly hair kid here. And what I did over here while I was waiting for you is I went like this, and I took, because you don't want to put the stems in, I just took that and just tear it by hand. This is really a hands-on salad, and I'll show you why next. And here's the top, and you can save your stems. You can throw them into a smoothie for a little bit of extra fiber. You can freeze them for when you're going to make your veggie broth. So they're really, don't get rid of them. They're good fiber. All right, then all of this goes in here as well. It's going to be a little crowded. And when I say this is a hands-on slaw, I'm going to show you right here in just one moment's time. One of my favorite things about this recipe is, boom, get rid of that. Alrighty, here we are. And what you do is you just massage it by hand. So you want to get all that dressing to the top and massage by hand. I did clean my hands just to, you know, Mitzi and I were playing before, but I cleaned my hands before I came on stage. There we are. This is just delightful. I can smell the tahina. This would be good to have on side with falafel, maybe, something like that, something Middle Eastern. A side when you're having some hummus or baba ganoush. But you see how that's all coming together? I'll turn this around a little bit. Yeah. Oof, this is gonna be so good. Well, it already is really good. But I do encourage you, boy, and I just love this. It just says mix with your hands, and I'm like, oh yes, I am in on that. All right. Well, almost done. Things are flying a little bit. But Mitzi's around, so she'll be happy to. She loves cabbage and kale. Imagine that, a dog loves cabbage and kale. Takes after her mamas. That's all I can say. All right, there we are. And here she comes. All right, guys. One more little piece to go here. I'm going to go rinse off my hands. I'll be back in a flash. Don't go away, because I have to show you the ending scene of this episode. Be right back. Promise. Just get my towel because there's just a little more to go here. And what that is, ooh, pick that guy. Well, oh, you guys, so good. That little teaspoon of honey makes a lot of difference. This is the other thing that's going to make a lot of difference. What you're going to do is get some ground coriander, and you're going to just sprinkle it on top. Not a lot, just a little bit. Carefully sprinkle it on top. And then when we get to the party, I'll show them the hand thing. And then we also have some cumin. I use this Wild Mountain black cumin. It's almost seed-like. There we are. And you have got yourself a beautiful kale cabbage slaw for your end of summer, unofficial end of summer party. Patio party. How about that? Patio party. All right. So my wish for you is that you become and go out there and be joy in your own kitchen. And until next time, enjoy the yum. And don't forget to send me some hearts. And if you want the recipe, put it in the comment section. All right, guys. Until next time, enjoy the yum.